Rugby League is back.
Drum roll, please.
You're a true Warriors fan.
I have no recollection of that hot take.
We don't all have to agree.
It's good to be back.
It's just a really boring thing.
Oh, partner.
Start winning some games.
I think there'll be a lot of changes to the team.
I've got them making the 8 for mine.
Let's go. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Advantage Line, TAB's Rugby League betting podcast. My name is Karl. That's Paul Mawadi.
Hello.
And the 2024 Rugby League season is done.
Always a sad time of the year when that happens, Karl. But it means we can now start looking towards the start of the next season, which I am very much looking forward to. We won't be, of course, training as hard as those NRL teams with their pre-season.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, turn it up. There is no, in fact, that's something that we should do. We should get some sort of, I guess, schedule from the WAS to just say, what do you actually do for pre-season? Like on this day, we'll be doing this. And then me and you should actually do it for a week or two. And I think it'll be more fun for me to do it because you probably already do something similar. I do not. We'll see how tough it is.
Let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
And one man who is counting down the days already, no doubt, already crossed day one off the calendar. Nick Tedeschi. How we doing, Ted?
Saddest day of the year. Saddest day of the year, the finale of Rugby League. It doesn't have to be this way. I've put to the NRL previous under the prior administration, David Garth, that we should be running a summer seniors tour. We should be getting, Darren Lockyer and Corey Parker running around for the Broncos on a Wednesday night, all through summer in the brutal 40-degree heat of Queensland summer. I'm sure nothing can go wrong for my personal and wagering edification, but alas, hasn't been taken up. But if one man can do it, it's PVL, so we'll push it to him. But sad times. It's probably the darkest 3 months of the year. I'm a bit of a loss. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with myself this week. I'm quick as a dog. I might actually just go to bed and get some rest for once.
Wow.
Does not happen. I after the 1994 grand final, I got so sick I missed like 2 weeks of school. I had like a sinusitis, and Mum thought I was bunging it on because the Bulldogs lost the grand final and was carrying on until the doctor confirmed that I actually was quite sick. And I always feel just a little bit ill the day the season finishes. So I'm feeling quite ill, and I'm not quite sure what it is.
Well, we can talk about we can continue the season on for at least another hour.
I have no doubt that because the Bulldogs lost the grand final, that had something to do with Teddy's illness.
Broken heart, maybe.
There will be, if they did a scientific study, they would be able to link that cause.
They would, and you know what? There's nothing like you can't replicate as an adult losing a grand final. When you lose as a kid, that really stings. As an adult, you're upset, you don't like it, but it's got nothing to do it when you're a kid.
I could not agree more.
I've got a similar memory, but it's from a different code, so I won't bring it up. Let's have a look at the betting from last week. We promised, Paul wasn't here, we promised he'd have the sheet ready to review everything and see how our Pacific Championship betting season went.
Have we broken the promise, or have we still got the promise?
I'll start with Blake. Blake had 2 bets on the weekend. He had the Jillaroos minus 10.5, Kiwis to win by 13 or more, into Kangaroos to win by 13 or more. So, unfortunately, no collect there. Then he had Angus Crichton to score a try, into the Hammer to score 2 tries. No good there. He finished the Pacific Championship, the international part of the season, up $84.
Well done, Blake.
Well done, Blake.
Surly, we didn't get anything from him, but he finished the season up $82.50.
No, he didn't.
He 100%
He had
did
one
not.
bet. He finished
minus 300 on that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, Surly. I tried, mate. Okay, Karl had one bet and it was the Kiwis minus 19.5 into a same game multi. Tonga plus 18.5 and the hammer to score a try. That came in, and Karl finishes the international part of the season up $472.
Whooshka, well played.
How about
I
it?
thought you showed me a ticket yesterday saying you're on Australia 13 plus.
Yeah, I was. I forgot about that bit.
Wow. That should negate everything.
Yeah, I agree, Teddy.
Next year, you're going to provide tickets to show that you actually backed your
Actually,
thing instead
correct.
of leading the punters
Yes.
at the garden park.
100%. I would have been out halfway through the NRL season. Anyway, Teddy had 2 bets. Jillaroos minus 12. PNG plus 19.5. Tonga plus 18.5.
It was looking good till about 5 minutes to go in the first half of the last game. But we'll get on to that level of bullying later on.
And then you also had Whenua Blake to score a try.
I wasn't sure whether I had Whenua Blake or Sylvester Namo. I was tossing up between the two. Namo crossed at $12.
Is that what he was paying? 12?
Yeah, $12.
Oh.
He's only scored every game in the series.
Bloody good. Jeez, he's a tough bugger.
Get him to the Dogs.
Right, and I had 2 bets. First try scorer to be Zach Lomax, no good. And then a box Quinella, Coates and Lomax, no good. I finished the international season up $285. We're done.
What did Teddy finish the international season?
Minus $400.
Does that mean on the Golden Boot?
No.
Back-to-back NRL and Pacific champion wins.
Wow. You were until you were disqualified for not actually betting it, for betting the complete opposite.
That's why I'm the host of the show. Thank you. And that'll do us. The advantage line of 2024, folks. There was a small window where I could have won both bets there, you know.
It was a very small window, yes. You certainly could have, though. There's no doubt about that.
Yep.
That window never looked like that, did it?
What a season. One of the great seasons from Kay Tiley. All right. Let's go into the games, eh? Jillaroos 24, Kiwi Ferns 4. Whoa. Jillaroos are up 12-0 at halftime, and the Kiwis just keep making mistakes, Paul.
First of all, that is a very, very good Jillaroos side. Boy, oh boy. And They are well coached as well. I love the way that they play. Their defense was absolutely superb. I don't think the Kiwi Ferns actually scored that. I'm pretty sure she dropped the ball as she crossed the line there.
She 100% dropped the ball as she crossed the line.
The try was delivered.
It was.
Yeah, well, guess what? Just because Peter Goff awards it doesn't make it fact.
As the record stands, it was a try.
Look, as good as the Jillaroos were, I just think the Kiwi Ferns, they lacked a wee bit of, I guess, game management in the halves. And I'm still not sure.
You miss Racine more than anything. You really miss Racine.
Yeah, 100% they do. I thought they showed the most sort of cohesion and aggression on offense in the challenge before the game actually started. Once we got to the game, although the defense of the Jillaroos was good, the Kiwi Ferns really didn't offer much on attack, and they got a number of repeat sets inside the 20, and they just weren't able to convert those into points. So
lack of creativity.
There was very much so a huge lack of creativity. So well done to the Jillaroos. I thought they were superb, very, very good. Even after that controversy of not picking the Dally M.
Wow. Yeah. Not only that, it was revealed throughout the week that she was not only not picked, she was not picked because she had an incident with the coach because she wore Crocs to the gym. Now, all of a sudden I'm siding with the coach because anyone who wears Crocs ever deserves to be castigated. But then he asked her to present the jerseys before the first game. What about the mind games for this bloke? Like, you say they were well coached. I take great exception to that. I'm going to say that they won and they were terribly coached. But they're just a really good sideline. And they were carrying Ali Brigginshaw, who is a legend in the game, but she's absolutely dusted. No way she's the best. I look like a farewell for her yesterday, which was nice, but like I think this team could be significantly improved. You know, you put Koenig in there, you put either Kira Dibb or Jesse Southall into the halves. You find a spot for Tegan Berry possibly on a wing there. Even Chapo, David Chapman, even takes that spot of Jess Surgis on the bench. Like this side could be significantly improved. Like, this is take nothing away from the girls that turned out, but this was a great performance and great team. Goal kicking certainly needs to improve, so I probably need to look at something there because that was abhorrent. But they can just turn it on. Yeah, you just saw Tamika, nothing doing, little kick through it, scores a great try. Like Aiken backs it up. They probably left plenty of points out there. I thought they were a bit scrappy with the ball close to the line, but defensively, yeah, breached for the first time with a minute to play, and that wasn't a try. So,
well, it was. Din's running style, I don't know if it concerns me or it's not.
Probably shouldn't concern you, seeing as she's probably the greatest women's player ever.
Oh, I know. Like, and let me finish my sentence. I was gonna say, like, it's not pretty to watch, but it works. She's unreal, and we were texting yesterday, Teddy, you needed her for a try, and she got up just after half time. You would have been pretty happy there.
I needed it for a second try too, so I was a little unhappy, but
you can't.
I do ask for a lot. No, I was happy. She does have a very gangly running style. Like if she was a racehorse, you wouldn't be backing her on a trial, would you? You wouldn't be backing her on the gate. Yeah, maybe a little bit of far up about her. Yeah, not
Nice
pretty,
choice.
Nice choice.
We already talked Melbourne Cup last week, Paul. You weren't here.
New Zealand claiming Knight's choice as a Melbourne Cup winner.
What's that?
New Zealand claiming Knight's choice as one of their Melbourne Cup winners.
Well, Sheila Laxon. Yeah.
He lived in Australia for 30 years.
All right. Anything else on the Jillaroos Kiwi Ferns?
No, I thought it was a good and fair result for how the series played out.
Jillaroos would be gutted that try was given they hadn't conceded a point all tournament.
Yeah, they would be, and they would be gutted considering it was not a try.
For the fifth time, it was. Kangaroos 20, Tonga 14. Kangaroos lift the Pacific Championship Cup. Not a cup, it was a trophy.
Yep.
Well, it was called a cup and it was called a bowl, but I didn't see a single bowl and I didn't see a single cup.
No. Big half a
trophy.
Sione Katoa scored after 5 minutes for Tonga, and the crowd were up and about. How good was the crowd?
Super.
On TV. Were you there, Ted, or were you watching on TV?
I was watching on TV. The crowd was epic.
Unbelievable.
The singing was nuts. Like, if you go to some random from any other country in the world and say, what country is this being played in? No one says that's played in Australia.
No.
It was a 95% Tongan crowd.
2 weeks in a row, Auckland and Parramatta.
Does anyone live in Tonga? Because they all seem to they all seem to live in Auckland and Sydney, from what I can tell.
I'm just going
amazing stuff. Like I was at the markets on Saturday morning in Orange, town of 45,000, and saw 4 Tongan jerseys walking around. Like you just don't see that every day. It was great. I know it'll hurt that New Zealand didn't make it. It was fantastic for the game. That Tonga, and it was, my old Australian, I was cheering Tonga on at the death because it would have been great for rugby league.
Look, Combank Stadium holds 30,000. Mount Smart holds 25. Population of Tonga is 107,000. So we had half of the population of Tonga at those last 2 games.
Wow, incredible.
We didn't want to go here. The Kangaroos at times looked like they were going to run away with it, Paul. And then late in the second half, Tonga kind of found their feet again and made a game of it.
And that's the time of the game where you probably would have expected Tonga to start falling off. They had a big game last weekend against the Kiwis just to get here, and they could be forgiven for that was their final last week just to make the final, but they turned up again, and they were able to find that second wind late in the game and make a real. It could have been 30 odd points to, what was it, 6 or 4. But they really, really did a mighty job coming back. I thought their edge forwards were superb, both of them. They really, really took the game to the Australians. I thought the way that the wingers brought the ball back for them as well. It was an all-round team performance, and I can understand why. I think it was Fanua Blake got frustrated in that sort of last sort of thing of the game when was it Harvilli who sort of ran with the ball from dummy half instead of just passing it straight to Fanua Blake and just giving it to him right on the sort of the line. Fanua Blake does his best work when you give it to him, and then he's got a chance to do a wee bit of his fancy footwork and possibly find a line break. So, but it was just a great spectacle. The atmosphere was super, and it really makes me want more international rugby league.
Teddy?
Yeah. Michelangelo had the Sistine Chapel.
Here we go.
Da Vinci had the Mona Lisa. And we will hold this game up as a masterpiece for Ashley Klein for managing a game, for managing a team back into a game. It was truly incredible. Now, for once I was on the right side, but it was truly something else. Like, some of the most blatant one-sided refereeing to get a team back into a game, it was actually remarkable. Like, even if you're in Australia, you sort of sit back and just applaud. That was like the penalty for the late hit late in the game, and then Burton gets smacked twice as hard. No penalty was waved that off. It was remarkable. So kudos to Ashley Klein. That was peak Klein, as they say in the classic chef's kiss. Well played. It was something else. It was not just that Tonga didn't deserve to be back in it. Well, they played really, really well towards the back of that game. But some of the calls that went against Australia were dubious at best. I think Australia planning for the 2026 World Cup has either backfired a little bit or perhaps exposed some players who maybe shouldn't be there. I know everyone loses their absolute mind for Dylan Edwards, but I have not seen anything in 3 tests to suggest he should be anywhere near James Tedesco. And I said at the start of this, Australia's in such a position that I think we should just be the best team available. I think it should be a reward for having a great season. We don't need a plan for 2026 World Cups. Here's a tip: we're going to have a strong team. We've always got a strong team. We've got all the players. So I think there was a mistake made there. I also didn't really like the rushing of Mitchell Moses. There were some good parts of it, like Tom Dearden, man of the match yesterday. Tom Dearden played great, and Tom Dearden does what Tom Dearden does, and he's just like a ball of energy, backs up, does everything well. I think his position going forward will be that number 14. I think he's got that Ben Hunt position.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
Yeah, I think like that. Because Burton's just not suited for that. Like Burton, I've no problem putting Burton in the team. We saw Burton either comes off for an injury, for an outside back, which is you're totally sweet. You need to have that player on the bench for that, or you can only play really in the halves. He's not. You're not putting Matt Burton in hooker. Whereas I think Dean can kind of transform himself into that half who plays 20 minutes of hooker to give Harry Grant a break. So I thought the pack again was maybe a little underwhelming at times as well. The bench rotation I thought was poor. The fact that we didn't see Lindsay Collins or Matt Burton until 10 minutes to go. Sorry, Lindsay Smith. Not Lindsay Collins. Fun fact, first time ever in rugby league history at any senior level, 2 Lindsays have been in the one team. So well done to Australia. Well done to I'm not sure the guy's name, the weird stats man or whatever it is, but that was one of the great weird stats I've ever heard. And from Tonga's point of view, like I thought they played really well. I think Christian Wolf did a great job with them. I don't know what's gone into Jason Taumalolo, but if this was the Tour de France, he's Floyd Landis, and you are looking for a urine sample. But not to suggest in any way that that's what Taumalolo is, but he's difference in performance from 25 games for the Cowboys compared to what we saw for the last 2 games. Transformed. That's all I like. Really got that national pride going.
Here's a tip for the Cowboys. Change your jerseys to red.
Possibly also change your coach.
How long's he got on his 10-year contract? He's only 1 or 2 left?
No, I think he's got like 5 left.
Oh, wow.
He's got ages left.
Praise for the Cowboys.
We'll look that, but their pack was so good, and a shout out to Lehigh Hopewade, who the kid's a teenager, and he's still absolutely airborne. Like he's absolutely airborne, and like has set high expectations. So he's up for a monster year next year. So Turbo's a moral playing the centers next year. I would always thought a moral playing the centers for Manly next year.
For Manly.
Yeah.
Because I was just about to ask you, would you entertain the thought of Turbo putting the 1 jersey on for the Roos?
Oh, I would. I'd keep him in the number 1 for Manly as well, and keep Hopewade on a wing. But Seabold's indicated that he wants to move him, and the way Hopewade is going, he can make a case for it. 4 more years left on his deal. And that's 2027.
Wow, eh?
I think that's a warning to any club looking to sign any player for 10 years.
You say that. The only other 10-year deal, Daly Cherries has worked out incredibly well for me.
Yeah.
He's incredibly cheap right now.
I think it backs a wee bit different to afford.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. And one who relies on kind of power and strength as well. Like, I don't disagree with you at all there, but I think there are room for 10-year contracts. If you don't,
I would argue too that the Cowboys absolutely got their money's worth in those first 5 years. He took them, along with Thurston, took them to a grand final. Then he took them to a grand final on his own in 2017.
No, the deal was signed in 2017.
Was it really?
Yeah, 2017 to 2027. So he did take him to. He did play a key role in the 2015 Premiership, but that wasn't under the course of this deal. So his first year of the deal was the year he took them through to the grand final in 2017.
Wow. Well, you could argue they got their money's worth in that year alone because they shouldn't have been there.
No, they should not have been in there.
Was it when they come from? Did they come from 8th?
8th?
Yeah. Melbourne dealt to them. But going back to Tommy T, he scored a double. He crossed the try line about 6 times.
He was unbelievable. He's just unbelievable. Like, he's, even on a field full of great players, he's a class above. Like, imagine the career he could have had if he stayed healthy. Like, he's already going to be mentioned among greats, but he's like, no one's thinking Turbo or Mortal because he just doesn't have the runs on the board to be able to do that. But bloody hell, watching him play, he's just always in the right position. Like, what about how he just switched inside maybe 20 minutes before just to be Din's backup?
Yeah.
Like, who thinks like that? Like, that was just like, he was out there on the right. He could have easily stayed on the right and parked himself next to him. He cuts back inside to find the guy.
I think his 2 tries were scored on the left as well.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like, he's all over the shop.
He did miff one. He should have given Lomax an easy pie in the corner, but tried for his hat trick.
I think someone's nasty.
Yeah, someone might have had a bit on that one.
I may have had something on that, but if you're Manly fans, to go from Brett Stewart to Tommy T to now you've got this young kid Hopewade coming through fullback, like it's a pretty good run of fullbacks.
The Dogs went from having Darragh Halligan as their goal kicker to Haswell Mastry. It was just like the greatest run of all time. And this Manly fullback situation is very much kind of on that kind of level, isn't it? Just like, one day you're going to wake up and you're going to have a rubbish fullback and you're not going to know what's hit you. Because when I had to watch Brett Kamali kicking goals, which was about 2009, it was a very, very sharp wake-up call.
Anything else on the Kangaroos Tonga game, fellas?
No, just a shout out to Ashley Klein again. Masterpiece. Well done.
Speak.
He's on brand. I think every single episode of The Advantage Line, we've had a discussion about the officiating, and it's usually been initiated by one Teddy Tedeschi.
I'm interested to see how he works in his hate for rugby union this week.
Oh, how good was Joseph Swaliti?
Well, there's been a lot of talk about it. It should be a zero surprise that a rugby league player came through and dominated a rugby union game. It should be. I can't believe people were shocked by this.
Lobbed it
I
up
also
and
saw our great friend Grant Nisbet celebrated a milestone on the weekend. Was that correct?
350 games he's called for the All Blacks.
And he had all 350 fall due significance to his call of the 1989 Kiwis tour of Great Britain. So, well done, Nisbo. 3 rugby league tests. Congratulations.
Always a highlight in his career, I'm sure.
Well, I'm not sure whether it was a highlight or not, Paul, but he got asked more about that when he sat directly across from me for 3 years. He didn't play any rugby union games.
Don't worry, he's still overcoming that.
All right, Kiwis 54, PNG 12. Kiwis shot out to a 10-0 lead. PNG should have been in the lead come half-time. And then second half, SJ masterclass on his way out the back door. 5 try assists. The young winger McLean scored 4 on debut. Jermaine Asako scored a hat-trick.
Keanu Kinney.
Keanu Kinney, man, that kid is going to be a superstar.
That was super. And you can see why the Panthers weren't overly concerned when Taruva was moving on, because they got this young fella ready to come through. He that little in and away that he did he had no room to play with. Just that was super.
What about his pickup?
Yeah.
Nuts.
Just
that was like was it David Mead who did that for the Titans?
We pinned it against his body. Yeah,
not quite as spectacular as that, but it was pretty good.
He's an amazing kid. It's absolute disgrace that he was a late inclusion. It really wrecked a lot of plus bets on that one, because as we mentioned in last week's show, we were talking up the talents of Casey McLean and what a future he has, and why isn't Stacey playing well. I can tell you what, Will Warbrick wasn't scoring half of those tries that were scored.
No, he's grabbed that jersey. It's his
He's grabbed any jersey he wants outside of the number 1 jersey, for what I can tell.
I agree.
173 metres, 4 tries on debut.
Could have scored more.
Oh, he should have had 6.
Yeah.
Keanu Kinney, 302 running metres. That he reminds me of early days Carmichael Hunt, the way he just runs back into the line, head down, full speed.
Not quite the same size.
Hopefully he's less of a code trader, but...
Here we go. You did that on purpose.
No, I didn't.
Why would you bring up Carmichael Hunt?
As soon as I said his name, I knew that was going to be the result. But he's just got no care in the world for his own safety. He was getting absolutely pummeled in that game.
He had a run back in the second half where he was kind of caught, and he was kind of on the back foot. And then he somehow gone backwards, gone around, sliced through 2 people, and made like 70 metres.
No Kiwis could keep up with them. They're all gassed.
Pete and G were completely gassed. Like, it was one of the great crusher tackles of all time. Just like, get your breath back, boys.
Where do you want to start?
Well, I don't know what you call it in New Zealand, but in Australia, we call it bullying. Beating up on a poor third world nation like Papua New Guinea, who are just doing their absolute best.
Last week you were telling me how PNG were going to win this game.
Just doing their absolute best, trying their hardest, and this is what they cop. Running up the score, full lair, Sean Johnson kicking it backward. No, come on. Very, very poor form from the Kiwis.
Fun fact, Sean Johnson is undefeated in final games of his career. I went 2-0.
A little whisper, he might come back next year for someone else. Someone might throw a bit of money in. Not many halfbacks around.
I reckon.
And there's only one club that's forced him out, like the Warriors, so surely he's got a bit of room somewhere else.
I reckon he has no chance.
Imagine just 1 year at the Dogs, SJ, win a premiership. He's bloody great to watch, SJ.
Heard him on his podcast this week. They were talking about what's your biggest sporting fear. And he goes, I might get rissoled for this, but my biggest fear is if the Warriors win the comp next year. He goes, just give me 1 year off, boys. 1 year off, and then go for it, but not next year.
Well, SJ, I don't think you've got anything to worry about.
Oh,
This
here
one.
we go.
Stop.
Fair dinkum.
Are we at the predictions part yet?
Please send your CVs in. We're looking for another host of the Advantage Line podcast.
You might kill me for a few years, Paul, but I will be back.
Oh,
New South Welshman cockroach. Can't kill us.
can't get-
Can't kill him. So the Kiwis, the two Leo Thompson and Griffin Neame coming off the bench.
There's a bit of aggression there.
Oh, that's a heck of a 1-2 punch. And 2 weeks in a row now, Fisher Harris and Tapane have haven't started great. Then those Thompson and Neame have come on and they've absolutely barged down, kicked down the front door. And then the second stints of Fisher Harris and Tapane have been at the same level, if not better.
I think, I guess when you start the test off, everyone's at the same sort of level in regards to they're all fully fit. There's no tiredness. So when those two boys come on, they do tend to hit it up against a defence that's sort of starting to get tired. But they make the most, 100%. Thompson was just ridiculously good. Boy, oh boy. If you could bottle up that energy that he has, crikey, you could sell it for millions. I really like the way he goes about his business. And you could argue that he deserves a starting spot in that Kiwi team. But at the moment, that's working really, really well for them with him and Griffin Neame coming off the bench. That was super. Although, as Teddy said, beating up a little.
I was going to say, is it working well? Because you lost to Australia and Tonga, so I'm not 100% sure it is working that well.
Hey, this is Stacey's first stint as Kiwis coach. You give him a wee bit of time, but I think he's putting together a system there.
I had him on the chopping block last week, but
you are gone.
Guess what, Ted? We finished our last game of the season with a win. Tonga did not.
ouch. Pretty sure Tonga leaving pretty happy with their season.
If you're happy with the loss, that's fine. But, you know.
Oh, wow.
Is there anything you'd like to add to this game,
Dark
Ted?
days. Well, I would like to add that PNG were pretty wasteful of some opportunities in the first half. They had their chances, and they could have gone up 24-10?
Yep.
2010, something like that. Namo's got a great try. It was that is Sylvester. He's got to get a gig in the NRL. Like, he 100% would be a great 40-minute player off the bench. Come on that second stint. Like, he's an awesome looking player, so I'm all for that. But how Robert Derby didn't score that try, that was unbelievable. And then the hooker Horn, how he didn't just fall on the thing. Like, they were right on top there for a bit, and I thought, oh, they're in trouble here, the Kiwis. But in those games, when you've got big underdog, they blow a couple of chances, and then that one before half-time was bad. Then the second one before half-time was just an absolute killer blow. And there's no way New Zealand deserved to be going up 16 at half-time, but they were, and that's crushing to a team like Papua New Guinea. So, and that and fitness toll. Like I said, Kenny's value wasn't so much in each individual player. It was the cumulative effect of how much work he made the PNG guys do. And like they were gassed, and like I'm pretty sure an advantage line team could have run in a try in the last 10 minutes over PNG. Like it was they were tired. They were real tired. So good. I thought it was an entertaining game though. Like I thought when the contest was on, it was an entertaining game, and then when the Kiwis decided to layer it up, they layered it up in a fairly entertaining way. Only disappointment was they didn't pack that last scrum and try and send SJ back for a field goal.
He said no. Didn't want it.
No. Well, you've already crossed the Rubicon on that one. You've already layered it up and run up the score. Having an extra field goal is not going to do much now, is it?
Well, he was concerned that he'd get written up by some scribe over in Australia about another meaningless field goal.
He's about to get written up for not taking a meaningless field goal.
just on PNG, that I think it was they made a break down the left-hand side and they tried to pop the ball back into a support player. And I think Peter Hiku stole it because the pass wasn't really on. And they were just over halfway, but it was a complete change from them having another few tackles to hit at that Kiwis defense to the Kiwis got the ball, boom, turn it round, and I think they may have scored from the next set. So it was there was a huge turn in a couple of moments during that game where, as you say, PNG probably should have been up 20 points to 10 or 22, 24-10 at halftime, and as opposed to a 16-point deficit.
Yeah. Teddy, you set me up for one of the great segues just before. You said you think even a TAL advantage line member could run on a try. But I've got a would you rather for the fellas this week.
Oh, boy.
There we go.
Would you rather $1 million in the hand or 10 attempts to finish off a backline move on the last tackle of a set for $10 million? You're the winger in this situation. You can score the try or assist on the try, but you need to be one of the last two people to touch the ball.
Who's the halfback? Who's my centre?
Anyone.
It very much depends if I'm on the end of Nathan Cleary and running with Dylan Edwards. I'm a lot more confident than I am if I've got Jaden Sullivan firing off passes to me. I'll assume an average team. I'll assume Toby Sexton and Matt Burton. How about that?
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm gonna go with. I'll fancy myself to get low. I can get low, Darragh Halligan style. Just crumple up and just fall over in the corner. I'll need some crisp. I'll need some crisp play inside me though, because I'm not going to be able to run far.
You've got to. You're a sweeping backline move, so you're probably starting 20 meters from the line here.
Yeah, but I need to get the ball like maybe 3 meters from the line.
Yeah.
I don't need the ball. I'm not going to be like a Micah Sevo 12 meters out busting over people.
Shout out Blake. Okay, I like that from you.
Yeah.
I think every other one we've done of this, you've just taken the cash.
If it actually came to pass, I probably would just take the cash. Doesn't layer it up a bit.
I'm guessing you're going to attempt to dot down too, Paul?
I was just about to say, Teddy just lost $1 million. That's ridiculous. He could be a metre out from the line. It doesn't matter. Yeah, first of all, it does matter.
10 attempts.
Oh, and I only have to get one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I thought we had to get all 10.
No.
Paul,
right.
Paul, as if I'm backing myself for 10.
I'm still leaning slightly towards the $1 million in the pocket. Just who's in the defense?
Also important here.
Correct. Yeah.
Are we versing the Penrith Panthers or the New Zealand Kiwis?
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
Gee.
Wish I had a dump button. Let's get rid of him.
I'm leaning towards the $1 million. I am.
That's poor from you.
Well, okay, let me do a wee bit of New Zealand Warriors preseason training, and then
we'll see.
Yeah, then we'll see.
Okay. I think you'll know where I'm going.
Yes.
I'm dotting down.
Yeah. Well, no, you're going to attempt to dot down.
I will dot down.
You're going to attempt it.
Down. I reckon I'm going to be the Xavier Coates and we just quiet now. I reckon I can get in the air.
That's one picture I have never envisioned. Teddy.
Get all out.
Legs up in there. One hand out, trying to dot down.
Ball down.
With half his body over the sideline. No.
I reckon if we took you to a gymnastics gym and you did a 20-meter sprint onto one of those springboards, you still couldn't get as high as what Xavier Coates got.
I didn't say I'd get as high. I said Xavier Coates-esque.
Now there's a masterpiece.
Nice. All right, let's go. Let's do the final grid of the year, fellas. We are recording on Monday, the 11th of November. So pause the pod, go find the grid for Sunday, 10th of November. Play along and then come back and compare your scores. I got robbed this week. And I think I found another error in the system.
Okay.
But we'll get to that shortly. Across the top has played for New South Wales, played for the Sharks, played 15 or more finals games. Down the left, played for Manly, 5 or more finals tries, played for Dogs. Can only assume Teddy has absolutely killed this one given the Dogs are in it.
No, I didn't. I don't think I had great weeks, mate.
Okay.
I think you've won.
I think you've done better than we have.
I'm going to have to do some maths as well because I see me taking the screenshot. I've cut off my final score, so bear with me.
Across the top, Ted, what do you got?
Across the top, New South Wales Manly player Nick Kosef, Unicorn, 0.76.
You've won.
Manly and Sharks, Jason Ferris, 2.62. And 15 plus finals games Manly, Glenn Stewart, 6.
Oh. I'll go.
Yeah, you go.
New South Wales Manly, Jamie Burer, 3.43. I thought he would be very low because he only played, 30 seconds?
Yeah, but I think he's just more recent.
Hmm.
He played a few games. He ended up playing a few games for Newcastle, I think.
Sharks Manly, Adam Cuthbertson, 4.79. 15 plus finals games Manly. I should have gone Glenn Stewart, obviously. I mean, Anthony Watmo, 8.53.
Oh, I was tossing up between those two, so
Yeah.
that's good to know. I actually think Glenn Stewart might have been the best answer. I think 6 might. The few
Yeah,
players,
6 was the lowest, yeah.
I'm not sure why. I thought those ones were really hard though, because you really had to think like you played for a team who played a lot of finals games, so you can't just go guessing some rando bloke.
Oh, well, you could. Not so random. Nathan Brown, 3.95. Blake Green, 9.79. Uppy Coruscant, 100.
Oh.
He has not played 15 finals games.
He spent a lot of time at the Tigers.
Was he only in 2 of the Panthers campaigns?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right then.
Panthers, Bunnies, Manly. Anyway.
I know he played a lot for South because he was a late inclusion.
No, because he only came in the grand final, didn't he?
That's right. New South Wales, 5 more finals tries. Stephen Crichton, Brain, 1.59. I was stunned at.
Oh, nice.
Sharks, 5 more finals tries. Luke Lewis, 16.58. It was my last one. I just really didn't want to risk anything. 15 plus finals games, 5 more finals tries. Billy Slater, 3.64.
Oh, that's easy. Why didn't I think of that? New South Wales, 5 tries, 5 finals tries. Josh Adokar, 3.08. Sharks, 5 or more finals tries. Matt Rogers, 5.65.
Wow.
And this is where... So 15 plus finals games, 5 or more finals tries.
Here we go.
Blake Ferguson, 100.
Stand by.
I went to the Rugby League Project, Teddy.
Which is where this is based off.
And he has played more than 15. He has played 15 finals games.
No.
And scored 12 tries. So I was pushing the limits anyway. I only would have.
Well, that's something for them to have a little
instead
bit.
of-
You are right. I think you are correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think he might have. I think he. I'm going to hazard a guess and say what he's put in there is more than 15 games. Is when he's coded it up. That would seem to be the error, right?
Oh, like, so
16
over 15
plus.
and a half sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So we could only assume that it was like 0.02 in a wizard or something.
Well,
So-
it's 100 at the moment, and that's what the piece of paper says.
We'll give you 70.
Don't worry.
All right, you carry on then, pal. What do you
Yeah,
got?
well, yeah, have a little Bo Peep. Hazem El Masri, 2.53. Sean Johnson, 100.
Sean Johnson.
Did he not
How many
score?
finals games do you reckon the Warriors played in?
He only
Did he
played,
not
he only
score,
played, I think he only played 3 final series.
I'm not sure Sean Johnson would have played 7 finals games, would he?
Yeah, but
Well, we've got to the grand final. So
he
what's
didn't have
that,
to. This
4?
was played for Cronulla, 5 or more
He
tries.
might have played 8.
Oh, sorry, 5 more
Yeah.
tries. Sorry.
Um,
He played 8 finals and scored 0 tries in finals,
How
actually.
good was that? What a guess.
And scored 0 tries, so probably not a good guess from Paul.
Set up one of the greatest finals tries of all time. But
to Sharky.
Yep.
Yeah. And Nathan Cleary, 2.18.
Very nice.
bottom row.
Bottom row, played for New South Wales, Bullers player. Great friend of from the couch column, Nathan Astor, 4.17. Dogs and Sharks, Brett Howland, the Whippet, Brain, 1.25. And 15 plus finals games, Dogs, Ben Hannett, 4.61.
Oh, nice. Treat Hodgkinson, 3.05. Rennie Matua, 2.89. Jonathan Thurston, 8.19.
Steve Turner, 2.07. Unicorn.
Oh, that's a great one.
Paul Meller, 1.84. Nigel Vangana, 100.
Your expectations that New Zealanders have played more finals games than they did.
I definitely see them through rose-tinted glasses.
Black and white tinted glass, I think, and more black than white.
He played for 15 teams who probably played finals at some point.
But didn't he play for South during their comeback into the comp? And for Warriors for a long time?
Yeah.
Warriors, Dogs, Sharks, Souths.
Canterbury.
Played 7 finals.
Dogs.
1 for the Sharks, 1 for Souths.
Wow. Here we go. Totals.
Total was 41.6. 41.2.
I was 139.6 with an asterisk.
This isn't Barry Bonds and Belco, big guy. 322.4 with an asterisk.
That's got to be a record. 322.
What a way to finish the season.
Well, this is a great way because
you can't get worse.
There's like months and months before we come back to it. Well, there we go.
We'll see. All right. I think we can quite easily say Teddy won the grid this season.
Yes.
Well, based on how I went on the betting in the Pacific Championships, I need to get something out of the year.
That's true. For a reminder of those that forgot, I won the Pacific Championship betting and the NRL betting. All right, let's wrap this up. I've asked you guys to give me 3 statements that we can look back on when we come back.
Did you?
I texted it to you, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't look at that, so
I didn't get the text.
Okay, well, you should have.
3 statements?
We'll call it the early crow. Give me 3 statements we can look back at the start of next season.
Look forward to.
That's something that you think is going to happen next year. It doesn't have to be betting related. Just something you think will happen in the NRL next year. I can start if you guys need to.
Yep.
We'll go 1 each around the room 3 times. My first one. Tommy T is going to miss more games than he will play.
Wow. First downer.
Well, he plays a lot of games, then he has a half a year off. Then he plays a lot of games, and he has half a year off. That's my first statement. Teddy?
The premiership winner will come from either Penrith or Melbourne. Oh, you just said Tommy Turbo will be injured. I'll give you a hot tip. The chance of the Storm or Panthers winning a premiership is a lot longer than Turbo being injured for the year.
I saw that there was some post on either Instagram or Twitter where it was Trump wins the election or something, and then the very next year the Storm win the grand final or something along those lines. Anyway, was to make the top 8.
Cool. Good lead-in for my next one. Luke Metcalf will be in the Dally M conversation come the end of next year.
Is this a serious piece or a comedy piece?
Wow. I'll tell you, he's walking a tightrope right now.
If I haven't fallen off that tightrope, Paul, then there's something wrong with this tightrope.
He's fallen on his like this on the tightrope, just dangling on his.
Impaled. I did have a good one. You've really thrown me off with that remark. First coach fired next year will be Todd Payton.
You've got how many years you reckon you can recycle that one for?
I think I said that last year. I'm pretty sure I was all over Adam O'Brien getting resold last year, and Kevin Walters.
Yeah.
Every episode of the Advantage Line next year, Teddy, if he's still a part of it, will bring up officiating.
No.
Every single. Why is that $1?
Betting suspended.
What?
No,
I can't have that.
I need something better than that, Paul.
Wow-wee. Nathan Cleary will finally become an NRL
Player.
Starting player.
I'm trying to turn Teddy's famous quote on him here. He's not a first grader. There's
been no evidence that was ever a quote, Paul.
I think the Panthers win the minor premiership.
Also paying $1, but
no,
cool.
It's not. What is it paying? No, it is not paying $1. That's it.
It's not. It's not. We don't have odds up yet. My final one: Titans will make the 8.
My final one: the Advantage Line will be hosted from Las Vegas in round 1 next year. No. The Cowboys and Newcastle will both miss the top 8.
Like that. Last one, Paul.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go similar to Teddy, but I'll go Cowboys Dolphins. Both miss the 8.
Oh, you're death riding your Dolphins already.
Not a Christian Wolf fan? Well, what do we think of? I thought we might see a bit of Souths in there somewhere. Do we think Souths will make the 8 next year or not?
Yeah.
I think they do.
Yeah, I think they do too.
Yeah. Nothing against Wolf. I just think it might take him a season or two for him to stamp his sort of style.
What about Ben Huntloves?
Well, yeah, that's very, very interesting.
I'll tell you what statement I most want to come true. I'll say what I think will come true, what I most want to come true. Ryan Pappenhausen signs with the Bulldogs in 2025. Oh, my God. And that is a big, big chance of happening. Not for next season, for the season after, but massive chance of happening. Dogs have thrown everything at him. My favourite player, go to my favourite club.
What could go wrong?
Delicious.
Who?
A succulent Chinese meat.
What is the charge?
I was going to ask another question, but that's the perfect way to finish the season. Thank you very much, fellas, both of you, for the year. We are going to look at doing some sort of come back early or do some sort of season review from this year at some point.
Yeah, we've got some season reviews up on the sister website in Australia. I'm not sure if they've been put up in NZ as well, but we've been going through all the teams, having a good deep dive in that, so we can possibly discuss those or kind of get involved in kind of rolling those into a season preview in December or January. So we always get a bit have a little bit of time off, but always get a bit antsy kind of come December, January. We really want to get into it then.
Absolutely. Until then, Teddy, try and enjoy the next few weekends. Just watching replays and highlights, I guess.
Unfortunately, you can't bet on replays or highlights, so until someone comes up with a way to do that, we'll be just plotting our ways through darts and golf and
I get,
NFL.
I get the feeling people may have bet on a few replays in terms of table tennis, but we'll move on from that.
Yes, please do. Paul, thank you very much for a season. Solid effort as always.
But look, I'm looking forward to stepping up next season. I'm going to put in the effort on the off season, and I think I'm going to come back bigger, better, and stronger.
Clip that, please.
Yeah, I'd be stunned if that were the case. That's a prediction I'm willing to lay.
I'm not even a first grader.
There's a statement that does hold up.
That'll do us. All right, thank you, punters, for the 2024 season. We'll be back next year to do it all again. Cheers.